Man, that song's good.
Will you please not play that song?
I'm sorry. Why do you want me not play it?
You know why? Because it's racist.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that him saying try to do the riots, break into buildings, and go ahead and assault people is what is racist?
Well, yeah. For a start, you bigot.
Yeah, if anyone is the racist one here, it's you.
Hey, U.S. government. What's going on with the Hunter Biden stuff?
Um, Look over there, a real life alien.
We have come in pieces.
Wait, you're seriously not doing anything about Hunter? He's literally doing coke over there.
Oh. Whatever. Look, I don't care about that. All right. Are you guys going to be impeaching Joe Biden at least?
Yeah,
About that. Did you notice that we have an alien? Don't worry. We will probe your anus. You know what? You guys are ridiculous. I hope we get taken over by aliens. Um, what's going on with the Hunter Biden stuff?
All right, welcome, guys, to Politically Unhinged. As always, I am Anthony Rader. And, well, there has been a doozy amount of information coming out this week. I mean, whether or not it was the U.S. government going ahead and saying that there are aliens actually here and telling us, like, hey, they do exist. But let's be honest, they're actually trying to hide something from us. They are. Because here's the thing. No matter what information comes out against, well, anything, especially when it's something, I don't know, that a lot of Americans already, like, yeah, whatever. Or aliens, yeah, cool. Well, here's the thing, all right? A lot of people already do believe in that shit. And so, like, they're going ahead and just going ahead and validating that. They're just all going to be saying, oh, I told you so. Aliens exist. Look, all right, I do believe in, more intelligent life out there, especially since I think that us independents and Republicans are can't be the only ones out there. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so like we do need to talk about all this stuff that is going on here. And the thing is that every single time that the government goes ahead and says, like, hey, this is happening now, you have to read into it. You always have to read into it because the government is always hiding something from you. It's just the truth. And here's the thing, all right? We go ahead and we just assume that it's not happening, but it actually is. So why do we go ahead and just assume that it's not? Why do we just go ahead and assume that everything is grand, everything is good, everything is fine and peachy? Why do we go ahead and assume that as Americans? Is it because we have been drilled that way? Is it because that we have gone ahead and just accepted our fate? Is it because we already know that the government will tell us something that we don't really need to know at this instant? Is it because we have just gotten so used to what has actually been happening for the last several decades in our country? Now, these are all real questions that we have to ask each other. These are questions that we always need to ask because, let's be honest, the government's not going to tell you anything. The government's just going to go ahead and they're going to say, like, hey, nothing to see here. Well, if anything from the alien stuff that comes out here, it's just to show that you should always question what you are told. Because for decades, literal decades, we were told that aliens did not exist. Nothing will happen if aliens come here. There's no such thing as extraterrestrial life. For decades, we were told this. For decades, we were told not to worry about it. For decades, we were told to just sit down, shut up, and sit there. But let's be honest. There is something else going on here. There are so many different things that is happening right now. Now, we just say, like, hey, maybe we should just sit down and just take it on the chin. And, well, here's the thing. I don't think we should. I think as American people, we should literally just be sitting here and going on like, hey, what the hell is going on here? Even if it's just questioning the fact that, like, hey, this stuff shouldn't be going on. This stuff doesn't make any sense. Because let's be honest, if the government is going ahead and they're saying stuff to us, there is something that we need to go ahead and say, like, hey, maybe there is something going on here. And let's be honest, there always is. There is always something going on here, and we refuse to believe that. As Americans, we sit here and we say it's going to be okay. The government will take care of it. Why is it that for decades we have all become this well groomed to believe all of those instances? Why is it in all of these decades we said, like, hey, everything is going to be good here? Everything here we don't have to worry about. Well, I have to tell you something. We have to worry about everything here. Everything is something to worry about here in the United States of America. It is our job as the American people to question everything that is going ahead and they're saying stuff. We shouldn't just go ahead and say, hey, this is fine. We need to go ahead and say there is something wrong. Okay. But we just keep on saying, hey, let's just sit here and take it on the chin. But as the American people, we need to learn that everything is not what it seems. I've said this time and time and again. Just because the government says there's stuff going on doesn't mean our direction, we should be looking at that direction. Maybe we should be looking at the opposite direction, looking inside of them. Because let's be honest, did you all know that Hunter Biden's plea deal fell through because he failed to show up? Did you know that Biden is going ahead and he's doing more things that don't make sense to even anyone? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about the alien sightings. We're going to be talking about so many different things here today. Okay. There's a lot of news that has broke out over this week, and we're just going to go over the things that I think you need to know. As always, because as the American people, we do know that there are other things that are, well, going ahead and saying, maybe we should be looking into this stuff. That's just a few things we need to be aware about. So, why aren't we going ahead and questioning everything that we are told? Matter of fact, you should be questioning whether or not if I should be actually giving this speech right now. Because if you agree with someone 100% of the time, there is something wrong. And here's the thing, a lot of people fail to see that. Especially now on both political aisles. Both sides of the political aisles, I should say. Because now we have a lot of Republicans that are saying, yes, everything that Trump says is right. Yes, everything that DeSantis says is right. Maybe it's okay that you disagree with these people. You should think about that. You don't have to agree with these people on everything. But here's the thing. We have become so polarized as both parties that we have all decided that we're going to just hate each other because they don't like the other party. But guess what? We should actually be questioning it because, let's be honest, it wasn't always like this. It was the government that divided the people. Segregation ended. But that's actually a lie. They only found a new way to divide us. Segregation is still going on in America, just not like how it was back then. People say that it's gone, never will be. That just won't happen. Segregation will always happen while there are people with different beliefs and different ideologies. And that's just a fact. Segregation happens to Republicans daily because no other group has been hated on as much as the Republican people in the last 20, 30 years. And that is just the truth. Especially white, straight Republican men. In the last 20, 30 years, they have been hated on. We have been hated on. And people say that, hey, maybe you should be taking a look at yourself. Maybe it's because you are Republican. Maybe it's because you do think differently. Maybe because it's all of that. Maybe it's because that you actually know that it's okay for you to be yourself. Maybe it's because you do know that there are actual differences to the genders, both of them. But people say that you should just be turning that blind eye. Guess what? We shouldn't. The Republicans have turned the blind eye for far too long. And this is the reason why we are in the predicament that we are in today. It is because the Republicans have failed. They have failed you. They have failed every single one of us. And that is just a fact. That's just something that we have to face. We just have to go ahead and say, yeah, okay. Completely understandable. Guess what? Maybe it's just time for us to take a deep breath and take a look inside and say, hey, what is wrong? Is there something wrong with us? Well, here's the thing. There's something wrong with each and every one of us because there's no such thing as normal. And we'd like to say that, there is a thing of normality, but there isn't. There never will be. It just can't exist. It's literally one of the most impossible things to do. But we can't face that reality because people think there is a normative thing that is going to happen. People think that normality is a thing to strive for. Normality is exactly what some other person perceives as normal. What I think is normal could be different from what you think. And that's just the truth. Right? There's no such thing as normal. Now, we say that we want America to get back to normal, but let's be honest. Can you tell me what normal is? All right? I can tell you what my normal is. And here's the thing. This is the closest thing that I've already said that I want to see coming in my life. I want us to get rid of this trans BS, this LGBTQRSTUV plus minus divided by squiggly line shit emoji, freaking stop sign, whatever the hell. This bullcrap. We need to get rid of this agenda. And we need to go back to having a parent in the home raising their kids. We need to go back to living off that single income. Once again, the reason why all of this is happening is because Republicans have failed. They have failed you. They have let the Democrats run this system. We need to get back to the nuclear family. We need to understand that we need to be where we were supposed to be for all of these years. We need to go back to where we know that there are differences between men and women. It's kind of simple. We shouldn't be having someone going ahead and saying, hey, I'm a man, but I think I'm a woman. That just doesn't exist. That's just not something that is healthy. Now, you want to know why I think this is actually happening? Maybe it's because in the last decade, actually not even the last decade, for the last like century, we have been telling people that they can express in the way that they want to. They can go ahead and say that, oh, you can be this. But here's the thing. If I say I'm a T-Rex, I'm not a T-Rex. It's the same when a man says that he is a woman. It's the same as a woman saying that she is a man. It is that freaking simple. But let's talk about everything here. Now, I could give you even more of a long, drowned-out speech, which I probably am going to, but we also have to get into the topics of today's show. And we have to go ahead and say that, oh, there is something wrong. There is something afoot. Now, here's the thing. Whenever I am canceled, I'll be honest. On TikTok, I am not gaining as much traction as I used to. It's because they found out that I am a diehard conservative. They found out that I do not think the same way that they want me to. That platform has started to censor me. That platform no longer cares about conservative voices anymore. And here's the thing. We want to say that everything's normal, but it will never be. Normality does not exist. And we have to face that. We have to look at it at face value. All right. Let's get into the topics of today's show. So, let's start with, you know what? Should we go into the Bidens or to this Trump? You know what? Let's go into this Trump thing first. All right. So, President Donald Trump was charged with 3 more crimes in classified document case. 3 more. All right. Gee. Let's see what they can be. Once again, this is coming from Daily Wire. All right. Okay. Let's see if they actually list them here. Because here's the thing, okay? This stuff, okay? Was it stored on a document? No, sorry. Was it stored on, I don't know, a computer where anyone could access it? Or was it stored in a locked room? Or here's the thing. Nothing's going to happen. And people need to understand that. All right? And here's the thing. All right? So we're just going to read this part right here. And we'll go ahead and pull up what this actually is here. Because I'm going to be honest. I don't know it on the top of my head. All right. All right. Trump, Noda, and De Oliveira did knowingly combine, conspire, confederate, and agree with each other and with others known and unknown to the grand jury to engage in misleading conduct toward another person and corruptly persuade another person to withhold a record, document, and other object from an official proceeding in violation of, well, this right here, 18 USC 1512B, B2A, to corruptly persuade another person, and with intent to cause include any person to alter, destroy, mutilate, and conceal an object with intent to impair object's integrity and availability for use of an official proceeding. Oh, gee. Just already. First one, all right? Tampering with a witness, victim, or informant, okay? Here's the thing. No proof with that right now. All right. Now let's see this one right here. So the one that was just highlighted. Still, it's just tampering. Okay, witness tampering. Cool. Want to know who actually did destroy, mutilate, and conceal record document? Oh, Hillary Clinton. Nancy Pelosi. But no, go after Trump. Go after President Donald Trump. It's what they want you to do. You must go after him. That is the right person to go after, according to these people. But let's not face the fact that Nancy Pelosi did destroy the State of the Union address several years ago and faced nothing. That is actually a federal charge. That actually does lead to imprisonment. And people are saying, why do you not see Trump serving time? Well, that's the reason. They have made it precedented that these public officials can basically do whatever they want. All right? It's that simple. This precedent that they had set, nothing's going to happen. Especially in the Trump Georgia case. That Trump Georgia case, Brian Kemp said that they have to have substantial evidence for it. Or else he'll just go ahead and say, like, hey, it's got to get thrown out. Or he's going to just, I don't know, go ahead and like, oh yeah, well, Trump, none of that shit happened. There was not any evidence with that. Makes you think. Maybe it's because some stuff is going on here. All right. Okay, now let's get into the Joe Biden stuff, shall we? Now, Joe has been busy today. Well, this week. Right? Whether or not it was him trying to nap everywhere or him going, he's been busy for him. He's had big days. He's had to take more naps than usual. So, you know how big of a week Joe has had? Well, Joe Biden forgets to sign executive order he flew all the way to Maine to sign. How do you forget that? President Joe Biden's upcoming beach week can't come soon enough. The poor guy forgot to sign an executive order that he flew all the way to Maine to sign on Friday. Perhaps the bigger part of the story can be found in the Democrats' newfound obsession with the GDP. Uh-oh. This morning, Biden flew to Auburn, Maine to tout his new invent it here, make it here executive order. Apparently wanting things to be made in America was only racist when former President Donald Trump was in office. Notice how Biden is going back and he's putting Trump policies very slowly in, especially when it's coming towards election season. Is it because those policies worked? The whole point of the trip was to sign the order in Maine as a way to show his commitment to manufacturer jobs. However, the data indicates that Maine has lost 0.5% of manufacturing jobs between June 2022 and June 2023, according to CBS News. As for the event today, Biden was typical Biden. Well, he left the stage and had to be instructed to return to put his John Hancock on the thing. By that point, the crowd was already departing and his exit music was just starting. All right, let's play it.
The bad news is I'm coming back to shake your hand, but I forgot they didn't sign the order. All that talk and no action.
I forgot to sign the order. The only thing that I came here for. All talk and no action. Clearly has something up his ass. All right. Here's once again Biden claiming that nobody knew what a supply chain was before 3 years ago.
I decided we're never going to be in a position we're not the beginning of the supply chain. A phrase I don't think any of us really heard until 3 years ago. So we went to work.
None of us heard that until 3 years ago. That's what Joe says. He thinks that you're that stupid. He thinks that you didn't know that term. Well, here's the thing. I know that you're not that stupid, but Joe doesn't. He thinks it's just a bunch of malarkey. Here's the thing, Joe. You might have not heard that term since 1814 or whatever. But here's the thing. A lot of us knew that term already because a lot of us did take history. And one of the terms that you had to know the definition for history was supply chain. And here's the thing. A lot of people use the term supply chain before 2020. But Joe likes to think that you're stupid. Joe likes to think that he has power over you. Joe likes to think that he is the smartest guy in the room full of people that are him. In that case, I guess by default he is, but at the same time, he's still the dumbest. All right. Now, Joe Biden. The man is so great. So great that he says he is family first. He believes in family. He believes his family is right there with him. Well, y'all remember that 5-year-old that Joe Biden never says that is his granddaughter? Well, Joe Biden has finally said something about it. Like, he finally said something. Biden finally acknowledges his 7th grandchild in Friday Night News. All right, let's see. Our son Hunter and Navy's mother, London, are working together to foster a relationship that is in the best interest of their daughter, preserving her privacy as much as possible going forward. Oh, you sure it's not because everyone was calling you out and Hunter out on your bullshit? All right? This kid has been alive for 5 years. 5 years. 5 years. She has never met her grandfather, who is the freaking president of the United States. 5 years. 5 years. And his grandchild is just now potentially getting a relationship. And you're telling me that they're working on something. Here's the thing. Want to know what the mother wanted? She just wanted her daughter to have the Biden family name, and Joe said no. Joe said it was not allowed. Same with Hunter. But now they're working on a relationship. Is it because that Joe got called out saying, like, hey, it's kind of fucked up, Joe? Do you think it was that? Do you think it was Joe finally realizing that he has a granddaughter? I mean, could be. I mean, the guy is literally riddled with dementia. Did you think about that? I mean, would it be surprising? Like I said, dementia gate. But what are we supposed to be saying? Like, oh, finally, I can't believe it's happening. Well, here's the thing. Any decent man would have already fostered a relationship with the kid. Your son's just now doing it. You are potentially just now doing it. That mother just wanted her daughter to have the name. And you said no. You said no. The daughter and the mother deserve so much better than you two. And that is just factual information. And you could tell me that I'm wrong. Here's the thing. I know I'm right. And Joe knows that I'm right. Sure, he can say that his son is the smartest and bravest guy he's ever known. Well, he's smoking that crack, and freaking snorting Parmesan cheese off the carpet. His son is so smart that he didn't show up to his own plea deal. Huh. That is how smart Joe's son is. That is how smart he is, folks. That is the smartest guy Joe Biden knows. You are all smarter than Joe Biden's son. No, just because you know that there's something wrong and something that's going on. But it's just a bunch of malarkey to Joe. They're just going ahead and they're saying, hey, nothing to see here, folks. We're finally getting a relationship started. But what's the point? What's the point with Joe? Why are we saying that everything is fine? Everything is grand. Here's the thing. It isn't. Joe knows it. He's just afraid to admit it. Joe is afraid to admit that he was wrong. Joe is afraid to admit that his family and the DNC forced him to run for president so they can stuff the ballots. If his family actually gave two shits about him, they would have told him not to run in 2020 and stop being a fucking embarrassment to the entire world. All right? It's that simple. This is why we need to have an age restriction on these people. Joe shouldn't be in office. He just shouldn't be. He's just a bubbling moron, and he's always been an idiot. Right? Joe's also always been a racist. All right? He literally proposed a bill when he was a senator that would go ahead and segregate schools again. He also had a bill that went ahead and locked up thousands of blacks, thousands of them, and gave them unfair time in prison. So if you want to be mad at anyone and you're a minority, you have to be mad at Joe, not the Republican Party. Because, you know, it's just a bunch of malarkey to him. All right. Just a reminder, there is a show tomorrow as well at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Backed by popular demand, we are going to be having our guest return. Once again, it's backed by popular demand. We are having him. He was one of the first guests on the podcast, and he is now returning. And tomorrow we are going to be talking about the decline of masculinity, not just in America, but in the entire world. You want to tune into that, because that will be a show to watch. In all honesty, it might be one of the most important shows that I've had so far. Every single show is important. But, and as you guys know, I am very thankful for you guys for supporting me, for y'all going ahead and subscribing. It means the world to me. Once again, I did not think that this movement would be kicking off as fast as it is. With your help, we will be getting this movement even faster. All right? Our goal is to go ahead and get 1,000 subscribers by the rebrand of the channel. All right? By the rebrand. The rebranding happened around January, February, around there. Well, we are going to be aiming for that 1,000 subscriber count. And we're going to get monetized. We are going to keep on growing as fast as possible. We are going to have more guests. There's going to be more satire skits. There's going to be more everything to show you that we mean business here. That I mean business. We are going to take America back. We are. That is a promise. All right? We are either going to take it back or I'm going to die trying. All right? It's that simple. I am thankful for every single one of you for being here, for being part of the community. All right. Now, we got a few more headlines that we need to get through. This show might be a bit shorter than the usual hour thongs that we've been doing, but that is also because we are having a show tomorrow at 1 p.m. Now, there is talk about Hunter Biden getting sorry, not Hunter Biden, Joe Biden getting impeached. All right, and that's because he did know stuff that was going on. All right, so there's investigations into the alleged corruption of the Biden crime family, primarily Biden and his son Hunter. All right, and it's heating up. All right, the timeline is coming. All right, 2013. We're going to go through this entire timeline. All right. Probably not going to read every single one bit of it, but here we go. All right. Gotta get back up there. Okay. 23. Hunter joined the Chinese investors to create Bohai, I think it's Bohai, Harvest RST Equity Investment Fund Management Corporation, LTD. All right. So, 1 month later, Vice President Joe Biden traveled with Hunter on the Air Force Two to China, met with the CEO. Soon after that, the BHR's business license was approved, and Hunter became a board member. Okay. Something to think about. February 5th. Whatever those people's names are, they're businessmen. They met Hunter Biden at the Washington, D.C. hotel. Just one of them. I don't know which one. They don't put it here. Another person. All right. So a Singaporean company wired $142,300 through his Latvian company to a Rosemont entity. Soon after, that entity wired $142,300 to a car dealership in New Jersey for a sports car for Hunter Biden. May 12th, 2014. Gas producer announced that Hunter Biden has joined the board of directors. 9 days later, after that, Vice President Joe Biden visited Romania and delivered a speech to the Romanian Prime Minister, judges, and prosecutors, and leaders to the Romanian Parliament. Gee, wonder what's going on here. September 12th, 2014, BHR invested $1.7 billion in the Chinese Communist Party linked petroleum and chemical company. Roughly 3 months later, Hunter Biden and his business associates invest $484,920 into BHR. Guess what? After that, whatever this guy's oil company, all right, joined the CCP linked company and announced transitional financial arrangement. All right. Wonder what's going on. All right. However the fuck you pronounce this name too. God damn. I'm not trying to pronounce these. Suggested high-level U.S. level officials visit Ukraine and talk to prosecutor General Viktor Shokin and President Petro, whatever the hell, after Shokin's investigation into Burisma CEO Nikolai, whatever the hell that freaking name is, for fraud. This stuff is all coming together. All right. And there's a whole bunch of shit right here. As a House Committee on Oversight and Accountability documents, a company owned by a Biden associate began receiving a Romanian businessman from a Romanian businessman what turned out to be millions of dollars over the course of 2 years. Millions. All right. Amos Harstein, I don't fucking know. The special envoy and coordinator for international energy affairs in the Obama administration met with Hunter Biden and discussed Burisma. 5 days later, he met with Vice President Joe Biden in the West Wing. Wonder what's going on here. The day after, he called Hunter Biden. The next day, Hunter Biden traveled to Romania to visit with the U.S. ambassador. Oh, something's going on here. By the way, leave comments in the chat what you think is going on. Also, go ahead and drop, I don't know, any questions you have for me. All right. December 7th, 2015, Hunter Biden and CECF chairman Yi Jianming, I think I pronounced that, began communicating regarding a possible U.S. partnership. Same day, Vice President Joe Biden arrived in Ukraine, demanding Prosecutor General Shokin to be fired if Ukraine wants $1 billion in International Monetary Fund loans. Oh, guess what? 2 days later, he was fired. Sounds like a quid pro quo to me. Huh. Well, no, Trump committed that. 25th, December 17th, so literally 10 days later, Vice President Joe Biden hosted a party with Amos Hochstein and Hunter Biden, both attending. All right, we're not going to read this entire thing. That's a shit ton. This is basically talking about all the stuff that happened. All right. More going into the corruption. Hunter Biden going ahead and replying to all these people. Joe interacting with them as well. Right? While they are going ahead and talking to the CEOs for these meetings and getting all of these, business stuff so they can go ahead and produce in the U.S. January 20th, 2016, Vice President Biden met with President whatever the hell in Switzerland at the World Economic Forum. Biden stressed that the linkage between the loan guarantee and necessary reforms. All right. February 4th, about 15 days later, Michael get whatever the fuck Zelensky gave Hunter Biden an extravagant birthday gifts. What's going on here? February 2016. So literally just, what was that? 7 days later, Vice President Joe Biden and President Poroshenko spoke to each other 5 days later. Poroshenko asked Prosecutor General Shokin to resign. 2 days after that, Vice President Joe Biden called President Poroshenko to thank him for urging Shokin to resign. January 2017, BHR agreed to purchase London Mining Corp minority stake in African copper mine Tenke, whatever, I'm not pronouncing that, Fuggaroom, for $1.14 billion. The next month, the CEFC chairman Yi Jianming gave Hunter Biden a diamond worth $80,000. All right, and then later, just a few months later, March 1st, they wired $3 million to Robinson Walker. The same day, Joe Biden attended the CEFC meeting at the Four Seasons in Los Angeles. May 13th, an email was sent between Biden business associates about the ownership of CEFC deal, mentioning 10 held by H for the big guy. Hunter Biden reportedly wrote in a WhatsApp message to a Chinese company. Well, we all know that infamous one. You know what? Should I go? Should I go ahead and read this? We got more stuff we have to get into. Like I said, there is a show tomorrow as well that I have to prepare for as well. All right. August 2nd, 2017. Hunter Biden wrote in an email discussing the deal. The chairman changed the deal after we bet in Miami to a much more lasting and lucrative arrangement to create holding company 50% owned by ME and 50% owned by him. Consulting fees is piece of our income stream, but the reason of this proposal by the chairman was so much more interesting to me and my family. Notice how we said "and my family" is that we should also be partners in SIC, so SIC, the equity and profits of the JV investments. Oh, gee. So August 3rd, 2017, in a WhatsApp exchange. So this is after Joe is president. All right. Same with this one, August 2nd, 2017. Same with this one, July 30th. This is all happening right here while Joe is president of the United States. All right here. Okay? In a WhatsApp exchange, Hunter Biden told Gong Dong that Biden's SIC are the best I know at doing exactly what the chairman wants for the partnership. Then CEFC wired $100,000 to Hunter Biden's company. This is all going on while Joe is president. All right. Look, there's more to come here. All right. All right. So this is one that's talking about the reports that happened. All right, where Zelensky might have trouble explaining the suspicious wire transfers. All right. Now this one is the one where Hunter Biden texted his daughter. I hope you can all do what I did and pay for everything for this entire family for 30 years. It's really hard. Don't worry. You know, unlike Pop, I won't make you give me half of your salary. And that is what is driving the nail into the coffin. Maybe figuratively and literally for President Joe Biden. All right. That right there is the damning evidence that is going on with President Joe Biden. All right. Right there. And right there, all the puzzle pieces start falling into place. Saying that there is, in fact, something going on with Hunter and Joe. But here's the thing. If you knew that, if you just started to know that back in 2019, sorry. Oh, no, that was all before Joe was president. Sorry. Oh, no. Media Matters is going to come after me. Oh. Sorry, that was all before. But look, this stuff was also happening while Joe was president. That stuff just hasn't been released yet. So, I think about that. All right. Okay, so let's get into our final topic, and that is the topic y'all are here for, and that is UFO sightings. The president, going ahead and let's cover up everything. UFO bullshit, saying aliens are real. Remember, there is a live show tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. All right. Make sure you are tuning into that. All right. So this is literally basically the same stuff. All right. You guys have heard about the Pentagon's, well, sorry, not the Pentagon, the congressional hearings going ahead and saying, like, hey, there's stuff going on outside in outer space. Y'all have heard about that. All right. Y'all probably knew about the hearings that shaped the world. All right. I mean, here's the thing. All right. The TikToker, known as Josh from England. All right. He was wondering how come Americans aren't fazed by this. Well, here's the thing. We have, as Americans, we have literally thought about this for decades. So, just them clarifying that this stuff is real does nothing for us. But let's jump into this topic real quick. It's not going to take that long, I'll be honest. All right, because you all definitely know about everything about this topic. All right. All right. But the thing that I really want to touch on this topic is the Pentagon with it. The Pentagon saying stuff with it. But let's go ahead and get into what freaking, I don't know, AP News says about it. And then we'll get into the Pentagon information. All right. The U.S. is concealing a long-standing program that retrieves and reverse engineers UFOs. A former Air Force intelligence officer testified Wednesday to Congress. The Pentagon has denied his claims. So I didn't read this one ahead of time. Like I was I was going ahead and going like, oh shoot, I gotta get stuff because I was working from home today. So, all right. So like as you know, all right, he went ahead. The person went ahead and he said like, oh yes, this stuff does in fact exist. Aliens are real. He said that he has experienced it himself. All right, so let's take a listen to what he has to say. We'll freaking play. Hello, wakey wakey. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to be cooperative. Well, on AP News, I literally give you a chance to go ahead and say stuff for the first time ever, and you're like, oh no, we're not going to work. Of course, there's an ad coming up. So I'll go ahead and remove that so you guys don't have to listen to it. Instead, I will talk about how this malarkey, as Joe puts it, is going on today. All right. So we're almost done here with the stupid ad. Oh, here we go.
Navy Commander David Fravor.
A former intelligence officer testified to Congress that U.S. is concealing a program that retrieves and reverse engineers UFOs.
I was informed in the course of my official duties of a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program, to which I was denied access to those additional read-ons when I requested it. I made the decision, based on the data I collected, to report this information to my superiors and multiple inspectors general, and in effect becoming a whistleblower. As you know, I've suffered retaliation for my decision, but I am hopeful that my actions will ultimately lead to a positive outcome of increased transparency.
Do you believe UAPs pose a potential threat to our national security?
Yes, and here's why. The technology that we faced was far superior than anything that we had. and you could put that anywhere. If you had one, you captured one, you reverse engineered it, you got it to work, you're talking something that can go into space, go someplace, drop down in a matter of seconds, do whatever it wants, and leave, and there's nothing we can do about it.
The Pentagon denied claims and claims it's concealing any such program.
Now, it's very important that we show that Democrats and Republicans in Congress can come together in a bipartisan way to cut through misinformation and to look at the facts in a serious and thoughtful manner.
We need to tell the folks at the Pentagon they work for us. Dadgummit, we don't work for them. And that's exactly the point. This is an issue of government transparency. We can't trust a government that does not trust its people.
We cannot trust the government that does not trust its people. Well, guess what? The government does not trust its people whatsoever. So, they already said it. You cannot trust the government. I've been saying that forever. Do not trust them. And if you do, there's something wrong with you. All right? That's simple. All right. I'm going to be honest. This political one is literally the same thing. All right. I had a political document up, and it's literally talking about the same exact thing. Where, like, the Pentagon is going ahead and concealing information from the American people. But let's be honest, we all knew about that. The Pentagon always conceals stuff from the American people. Guess what? The U.S. government itself, like the legislative branch, the executive branch, conceals that as well. And they just deny it. So, you tell me, do you think aliens exist? Do you think there's intelligent life out there? I mean, it's completely up to you. What do you think? Like I said before, it just doesn't make any sense that the only intelligent life out there is here on Earth that are the independents and conservatives. It's because, let's be honest, the Democrats aren't really that intelligent. They can't even tell us what a woman is. At least the freaking aliens could most likely tell us what a woman is. Just a food for thought impression right there. Kind of simple. All right. So, for this episode, now, I'm not sure if you guys have heard about this song yet. And it's by Adam Calhoun and Tom McDonald. They released it yesterday. I'll be honest. This time I did listen to it before because I absolutely love these guys. All right. I was excited to see that Adam has returned to rap after taking a year off. All right. However, I do think it's important for us to go ahead and listen to the song right now because it is very important. It says the truth for all of us. So, we will be listening to the song live. All right. I'll do no interruptions for this for you guys so you guys can get the full impression that I did the first time. All right.
They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. I ain't never gonna pretend that I give a damn. Anybody who's offended, come get it, we throwing hands. Anybody not trying to make America great again, you a punk, you a clown, better know where I stand. I'm a white boy with the middle fingers in the air, dog. We don't give a what. 100 white boys gonna hold me down anywhere, dog. We think that you suck. My patriots, the craziest, they ain't afraid of breaking fists on faces. If you really want a taste of this, no safety tip, the same the stick and spray the clip. I pray you miss, cause if you don't, they gon' go wacko. Automatic gun smoke like tobacco. Never hit a lady, but it's pretty hard to tell if you're a girl or a they, them, there's these, that, those. I ain't never gonna take a knee for the anthem, smack them. I don't give a damn, can't stand them. Gang full of randoms, fan with a handgun. Run up in your mansion, leave it all abandoned. I was raised to be brave to the grave. United States, we love the country that they've been corrupting. Go woke and go broker if you ain't awake. My people love this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American
Got that
flags.
AKA all Draco, leave you stankin', break your ankles. I'm not hearing what you saying. Hit the pavement, now you seeing angels. It get dangerous, go against the Patriots. Got all the bangers. Take a look inside my closet. You gon' see way more than hangers, hammers like I do construction. Ammo, I'ma shoot at something. Why you think we own these guns so we could just go do some hunting? You must not pay close attention. Government, they want division. Only treason if you lose. I guarantee we come out with it. Let my flag fly high like eagles. I would die for all my people. You can't change me with procedures. I'm about freedom, you about evil. Leave you hanging from the ceiling like chandeliers in cathedrals. Never have the safety on, and when we run out, we just
My
reload.
people of this country and we're under attack. They banning us, they cancel us for speaking the facts. If you man enough, come stand with us, take USA back. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. Every time we pull up, you see stars, you see stripes, you see flags on the cars and the trucks and the bikes. Every time we pull up, we go hard, we outside, we got flags on our arms that are tatted there for life.
Every time we pull up, we don't care if you mad. We cherish this land. The haters can get buried in rags. They set fire to old glory, turning fabric to ash.
But every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags. American flags. American flags. And every time we pull up, all you're gonna see is American flags.
I'm very excited for that album, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Can't wait for it to come out. Now, look, I know that I promised some music coming out earlier this year. All right, I'll be honest. What I want to do is that I want to actually try to get back to writing it for y'all, because I am very sorry that it hasn't come out yet. I am going to try to match the level of the lyrics that are in that song. Not the music video. There's no way in hell I can do that. Especially on my income. No. Ain't going to happen. Just isn't. And I've accepted that. Right? So that music will be coming out. I'm going to try to get you music sometime this year. I'm going to try to go ahead and even get you a music video for it. I'm going to try all of this stuff. Because y'all deserve everything. Y'all are the reason why this political movement is going so well. All right. And like I said before, I cannot thank you guys enough for this to happen. All right. So I just want to thank you once again. Thank you. Thank you for going ahead and saying, and going ahead and standing up with me. All right. So I'll be honest. Once again, I didn't think that we'd be getting this traction so fast. But I'm very thankful that we've had been doing this. Yes. And we will be getting this traction going even more. Okay. And like I said, we are going to try to reach out to Daily Wire. If you haven't noticed, actually, you can't. So like I've actually been putting Daily Wire on my shorts as well. So like I'm actually going to start tagging them and everything too, trying to get their attention to get me on their platform. All right. But until then, I got to read you this quote. All right. This is by Adam Calhoun. All right. Hard times don't create heroes. It is during the hard times when the hero with it. This is Bob Riley. Okay. Look, I didn't want Bob Riley. I wanted Adam Calhoun, damn it. This ain't Adam Calhoun either. All right, fuck it. We're doing this one then. All right. I ain't top 5, but at least top 10. They say that white boy ballin', John Stockton, they say, can some boy guard him? Please stop him. I'm like Bird in the garden when the shot clock ends. That is by Adam Calhoun. All right. And I'm very thankful that I got to meet Adam last year. Here, it was amazing to meet him. Now, hopefully one day I will be as big as he is. If not, I am very thankful for where I am now, and I will continue to be thankful. All right. I am thankful for every single one of you. All right. Now, once again, I'm Anthony Rader. This has been politically unhinged. Thank you, and God bless.